So then, welcome to the stream, and everything is actually running as expected today. Excuse me. The only thing I want to check is just make sure that we've got the old live weather going, which we have. Right. So we're going to be in the Bonanza, and we are also going from East Midlands, as you can see. Some superb scenery from Orbex, actually. So really good scenery. It's been a while since I've been in the Bonanza, so it's going to be an interesting flight. But hopefully, it will be okay. We're going to go to Leeds Bradford, and then we'll land. We'll probably taxi, and then have a bit of a breather, and then we'll take off and go to Newcastle. And I'm kind of expecting the flight. I'm hoping it. Well, I don't think it's going to take too long. Probably about an hour. I think. Yeah, I think it'll be about an hour. So if you want to see what it looks like, this is what we're going to be doing today. So this is where we're going to be going. We're going to start off at East Midlands, go north to Leeds Bradford, then the north again, and go to Newcastle. So that's that. There we go. So the only other thing is I've got my beverage, and what we're going for today. Let's see that. I actually went for a Coke float, but I'm halfway through it, so the ice cream has melted into the actual Coke itself, which is pretty cool. Nice. Right. Well, that's what I was just thinking. I'm forgetting something. Now, what we are actually going to do today, you will notice a difference in the clouds, right? And the reason for that is I have turned off the true sky just for today, potentially, because a long time ago I purchased ASCA, which is Active Sky Cloud Art, or something like that. And P3Dv5 utilises that as well as the Active Sky. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to install it, I'm going to try it, we'll give it a whirl. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So we're going to give it a whirl. I like the True Sky more than this, I have to say. I like the shadows and the shading of True Sky. There's a few little niggly bugs that I don't particularly like. That will hopefully get fixed, but all in good time. Before we begin, we obviously know we're starting with. There's been a big announcement today. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 has just been announced for the pre-order, and there's 3 packages, and it looks pretty damn good. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold out until people have started using it and getting used to it before I even think about making any purchases. So we'll take it from there. Right then. So it's been a long time since I've been in the Bonanza. What I am going to do, actually, hi Ian, welcome out. I'm glad you can make it. I started a bit earlier today. I'm just going to have a look on my desktop. I've got my charts and manuals, and I think I've put my Bonanza manual, my Bonanza information in there, so that's good. Yeah, I've got the Bonanza cruise settings and stuff, so nice. Let's just go with that. Right, so we're misted up. You pre-ordered it? Really? Oh man, I hope you don't regret it. I hope you don't regret it. Right, what we'll do. I haven't done a walk around, so cowl flaps are, let's say, open. Yeah, pull to open. That's good. Cowl flaps are open. We will put the fuel selector on. We've got defroster, so pull that on. Battery and alternator, and the beacon can go on. what we'll do is we'll just quickly do the walk around with the pitot heat. We've got enough fuel, so that's good. Let's just quickly do the walk around. We need to put the flaps down. That would start. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? So. Don't get me wrong, I'm really close to pre-order, but I think I'm just gonna wait. Right, so the flaps are not jammed, and what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna cheat and take it to the hangar and have a look. Now that looks a bit precarious. I'm gonna leave that for a minute. I'm not sure what that should look like, so I'm gonna leave that. That does look good. Let's have this. Yeah, that looks okay to me. We've got strobe and nav light there. We haven't got anything in the tip tanks. I don't really put anything in them. There's the lights. Tie downs and wheel chocks. Check the tyres. We've got fuel. No struts. No blockages on the front, and the landing and taxi lights are up. So that's good. Oil. Yeah, that looks okay to me. Should really change the oil, but okay. Fuel's okay. Once again, fuel in that one. And no blockages there. Pitot cover. And it's warm to touch, so that's good. Another nav light, another strobe. Nothing in there. That looks okay. It's not blocked. And that looks similar to the other one, so we'll go with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. No blockages there. Tie down. Quite a few things here, but I tend to just check all the screws. Make sure they look symmetrical, because anything that doesn't look symmetrical is not going to be good. And they move quite nicely, so that's good. One last thing, no blockages there, and the baggage door is now shut. So we can turn off, let's just turn off the batteries, and just while we turn off a lot of this stuff. Right. So I think we're ready to start. We've only got the GTN 650. I thought that actually it would leave some of the stack on, but it hasn't. So I think for this plane I might put the 750 back in, and it'll look better. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So first things first, battery on, flaps up. Right, so the flaps are now up, and what we want to do now is we want to turn on we crack the throttle, we turn on the fuel pump, which is there, and we wait for positive fuel flow and then turn it off, because that's when fuel's kind of priming the engine. Right. So first of all, we put the throttle to full, mixture full, prop full. As soon as it goes into the green, pretty much. Whoops. I think we might have over-egged that one, because my head moves and I couldn't click the mouse. Right then, let's see how this thing starts. Questions, am I missing something? Normally when it doesn't kick in, something's not quite right there. Right. One more try, and if it doesn't, we are going to have to go in the hangar, fortunately. Yeah, something's not quite right. Unless I'm missing something, I'm positive I'm not. Nah, something's not quite right there. Let's let's turn this off. Let's have a quick look in the hangar. Because it has been a while. Right, let's have a look at the engines first. Okay, so that all looks okay. Let's change the oil. What we'll do is we'll change the spark plugs just to, because we haven't used it for a long time. Inspect the instruments. Now we haven't actually done any clicking around the instruments, but yeah, we need to inspect it actually inside the the fuel flow. That indicator's not quite right, so we'll fix that. Right, that's good. Right. Spark plugs, they were fouled for some reason. I've just swapped them out. Maybe that was after. Right, inspect the plane. So apparently it's in great shape. That's how I had this on. I had this going up the other day. Let's try again. This time, throttle in, battery, altimeter, fuel pump on. Whoa, that might be a problem. Come on. Why is it not going? Let's lean the mixture. Isn't that weird? Something's not quite right here. I'm not missing anything. This is 100% something else. Right. Let's try one more click. Oh, there we go. So I think I'd flooded the engine on the first load. Right, we're just going to lean that mixture back so the RPM needle starts dropping. That'll do. There we go. We're on board now. That's better. That's much better. Right, so nav lights now can go on. And what we'll do is we'll put on, I'll let it warm up anyway, so master avionics is going on. Altimeter is 1018. Let's swap that out. 1018. That'll do. The compass is fine. I don't think you need to change those anyway. Yeah, you can check all the instruments in this, which is one of the newer features of the A2A planes. Literally everything. But right, so let's get through to there. Let's go to EGM.
TOS system test OK.
I don't know why I do this, it doesn't really matter. I'll do it anyway. Right, okay. So this is going to be fun. So we've got actually quite an even amount of fuel, probably a little bit less in the left hand tank. So I can't remember whether that's the right hand tank or the left hand tank down there. I'm guessing that's the left, that's the right, that's the left. So I'm going to use the right for the takeoff. I don't use the curtains because I don't want to use the curtains. And we'll just wait for this temperature, so the oil temperature needs to go up. And that's that. We'll be ready to rock and roll. In theory, I should be setting this one down here, I think. Right, let's just have a look at that. So 30.06, so yeah, that's not dated either. I'll just press B to auto align some of them, and that should be fine. Right. So here we go. This is it. Excitement. I do like the Bonanza, I must admit. Now, the good thing about having Active Sky and Active Sky Cloud Art is it's actually compatible with smooth weather updates. Now, whether that actually is going to work or not, I don't know, but that's what it's going to do apparently. Right, let's just double check controls. Yep, we're good. Good on the control side of things. Just waiting for that temperature to go up. Now we're going to climb till 6,000 feet, and when we're at 6,000 feet, the outside air temperature at the moment is approximately 16 degrees. So let's have a look at display capture. So yeah, so pretty much anywhere around there. 6,000, we're going to go for a 2300 and a manifold pressure of 22.4, sorry, and then that's going to give us a nice cruise speed. So that's what we're looking at today. For takeoff and climb, that's different. I mean, I've not actually opened up the full manual, so maybe it might be worth just having a look at. Oh, there we go, climb. So there we go. Right, we'll follow this checklist actually because it's quite good. Cabin is nice and steady, so we're nice and warm. The climb is 25, which is pretty much like very similar to the Comanche. You alright, Phil? Very similar to Comanche, and then 2500 very similar to Comanche. So we'll do that, and we'll trim for anywhere in between 100 knots, 110 knots, around about there. Be alright. We could do the 120, but we'll keep it nice and steady. And then, hi Sam, hope you're alright, mate. Welcome to the stream. And then we'll go up to cruise, but we won't use these settings. We'll use the settings from the actual performance charts. Alright, so we're just coming up to the green now. So I think we're safe to taxi. So we are going to start taxiing. Let's just have a look at the old checklist. Is we set the altimeter heading. The one thing I normally like to do is set the runway heading. So our winds are at 200 at 10 knots, right? So we know that the runway in use is going to be 27, which is west. So we'll keep that there. Radios are all good. Parking brake release, test on roll, lights is required, and we can do the run up when we get down to the hold. So let's flick the lights on. Don't need that one on just yet, just the taxi one. And cowl flaps are definitely open, just make sure on that. Yeah, definitely heard about the update, but I've said it before. I don't think I'm going to jump straight in. I'm actually going to hold out a little bit, let things settle down, see what the feedback's like off people. I did it with V5, and I think I jumped in a little bit too early on V5. I mean, I love it, but so I think I'm going to hold out until. So this is East Midlands side. Yeah, so I'm going to hold out, I think, until I get a bit of feedback. Plus, it'd be good. I mean, I know the planes that you're going to get built in are going to be good, but I think the add-on planes eventually, I think they're going to be better. And oh, hello. And I think what I'm looking forward to more is just holding out until they start releasing some add-on aircraft as well. So here we are, East Midlands, my local, and we're going to go up to. If I owned a plane and it was situated at East Midlands, this is the flight I'd probably do. But I don't. What a shame. No, I don't think they're rushing it, because, and the reason why I say that, I can understand where you're coming from, but the reason why I say that is I've been following it for a long time, and they've done so much testing, alpha and beta testings. It's just nuts. And it's not just that. It's like, look at the market. There is nothing out there at the minute that is going to rival 2020. Right? Nothing at all. Right? So they don't have to rush it. They could leave it as long as they want. You know, there's no real reason to rush it. Right, so we're coming up here now, and I'm sure there's an extra hold. I don't think that's the only one. There we go. That's the better one. This one here. So we'll just hold it here for a minute. We'll pitch the aircraft away from there like that. And we need to bring up our checklist again, just to, oh, wrong button, just like that. There we go. So we're holding the brakes. Fuel quantities, we're okay with the fuel quantities. Fuel selector, we're happy with the fuel selector. Mixture set to full. Throttle 1700. So 1700 RPM. There we go. Engine instruments check. So we've got a cylinder head temperature, oil pressure, all in green. Amps are good, right? Fuel flow, positive fuel flow. Manifold pressure, vacuum, that's that. Exhaust gas, sorry. Suction, which is good. So everything's looking like it should. Magnetos, left magneto, that's okay. Right magneto, that's okay. I'm so glad that they're okay, because I didn't really fancy prop cycle. I didn't really fancy starting this plane again and again and again. Right, one prop cycle, two prop cycles. We'll just do it 2 prop cycles, okay, and then we'll lower that down to idle. Hopefully it's cut out. You get some good shaking of the plane, but right, so it's not cut out. So we go back above 1000. Drop the mixture a little bit just so we don't carve the engine. Right. So before takeoff, control freeze. That's okay. That's okay. Fuel pump, it needs to be off, which it is off at the moment. Mixture rich. Prop full in. Engine gauge, trim tab neutral. No, the trim tab, is that the trim tab? No, that's not the trim tab. Where's the trim tab on the Bonanza? Where was the trim? Or is it just on there? Oh, it's on there. Anyway, it is neutral. Cowl flaps are definitely open, doors, windows secure, and that's it. So we're going to rock and roll. Oh, is it below the... oh yeah, oh, it's hidden. It's hidden away. It's just there. Look, just there. Cheers, Ian. I like to know these things. Even though I've got them mapped on my yoke, I like to know where they are. It's like the gear lever in the Constellation. I need to know where that is. I've got to find that out. But yeah. Right. So we're looking at. We were climbing. We're going to look at that now. So throttle full, and rotate at 77. Now that's wrong actually. I don't think that's true. I think it's more 80. You let it play safe. And then we're pretty much climbing out. So yeah. Okay. Right, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get going. Landing light on. So what this does have, which is not in front of us actually, it's over there actually, a bit further down. You can see it just there, I think. That is actually the a museum. I've been there. It's got a few planes down there. It's got a Vulcan as well, which is always good to see a Vulcan. Right, mixture full, prop full throttle. Up to about 80 knots. Start our lift. A little bit of right rudder. I always remember the right rudder bit. Gears up. There's the Vulcan. Yeah, East Midlands. Oh, I'm turning the wrong way. Oh, completely the wrong way. Jeez. There we go. Right. So now we need to just reduce the manifold pressure to 2.5, reduce the RPMs to 2.5, or thereabouts, it'd be okay. And then trim to about 110, so we're good. Now we are going to start turning to the left. Start heading north. As I say, I've got Active Sky Cloud Art fully dynamic going today, just for a little bit of something different and try it out in V5. Let's turn it, give it more of a good turn on it. Head towards the north. Still trim up a little bit because not that much, but enough. No, unfortunately, this one was never that dirty anyway, so this one's not too bad. The Comanche is really filthy. That's another filthy one. It is a little bit, but not a lot, not a huge amount. Now, it does look pants a little bit without the True Sky, I think. What do you guys think? I think True Sky is definitely better than Active Sky Cloud Art. I like the smooth transitions, but yeah. Very weird. Now we've just got to lift up that manifold pressure because it's dropped a touch. And we're going to go up to 6,000 feet. Now I could try and put my True Sky back on, but I don't know if it's going to work because it didn't work last time. Should we leave it or should I try and put it on? I'm just appreciative that it is better, like a lot better. It's just the visibility. The visibility doesn't. It's not realistic in not on this, but on not when you've got True Sky on. The visibility is really low, like no matter what. It's just one of them things I just don't like. And if we go through some cloud now. What you're going to find is we'll have the through the cloud effect going on. It's not so smooth though, it does flicker. The problem is if I put True Sky on, we might go into a bit of pea soup. So it's up to you guys if you want me to give it a whirl, I can. Or we could just go through this cloud here. Bit of frame loss going over there. I don't know why there's some frame loss over there, but so hopefully, I mean, as I say, hopefully there we go. We've got some in-cloud effects going over the windscreen there. But hopefully, once they start developing a bit more on the true sky, it'll be good. Now we're going to start leveling off, so our cruise settings at 6,000 feet. Just trim down a touch. And we're looking at 2322 decimal for the manifold pressure, so down to 23, whoops, 2300, and then 22, 1, 2, maybe just about there. That's perfect. And we'll just cruise in at this lovely speed. Just like you can always go around, always turn it off. Yeah, what I might do is I'm going to turn off Asker, right, and then I'm going to go into Shan's no autopilot. I'm sure this thing has an autopilot. Oh yeah, it does. Of course it does. And if I remember rightly, turn it on. Autopilot on. That's on. Altitude hold. Just while I fiddle around with the sim. That's really dull, isn't it? I just noticed that that's really dull. On. There we go. Arm that. That should take us down. Right, let's see what happens when I turn back on True Sky. Let's just do it. So world. Give me a second. It's done its usual thing. There we go. So as I say, we do have a bit of PC going, but we have got it working. There you go. We have got it working. So it does. I mean, it looks fantastic, but the clouds, and it's really dark in the cockpit. Need some lights, panel lights, instruments, lighting. Panel lighting, is that one? That's that side. Yeah, there we go. I think there is an overhead, I think, but I can't remember how you turn them on. Oh, that's that one. That's like a little spotlight, isn't it? I don't know which one that one is. That's red. I don't know what that is. Red as well. Not very bright. What does that switch to? That's the question. Right, so there we go. So I'll get rid of the cruise settings. I'll leave the cruise settings on actually, I'll just leave them as they are. We've got a nice 15-minute flight now up until yeah, definitely better with the old what do you call it? I'm gonna grab a couple of screening shots because I want to. So Be good. Oof. Right. It's very dark. Yeah, it's very weird how it goes like that. Yeah, so we're autopiloting now. I mean, I don't normally autopilot, but I must admit I do like the Bonanza autopilot. It's good. So let's look at little nav map. Now we shouldn't need to, because I think when we're high enough, when we're low enough, we won't get the like the fogginess. So first things first, let me get rid of that. First things first, EGNM is where we're going, and the runway, the winds are at 270, so runway in use is, I think, 320 potentially. 20. Okay. As I say, we're just kind of clearing up quite a bit. That'd be a good little shot. So yeah, so I'm loving it. So we'll have a look at the radio panel. I'm guessing, is that nav? That's nav, right? So what we could do is set them both up to be the same, and then we've got no bother then in if we need to do an ILS, we can do an ILS. So it's 110.90. So what we'll do is we'll just swap that out. 110.90. And then for the old GTN unit, I won't do that there, I'll do that here. 110. Hello. Oh, there. That's comms, that's why. I never like how they do that. There is a button you can press. There is a button you can press that does the swap. I can't remember which one it is. It's not one of these though. It's like a hidden click spot, I think. That swaps that because they know that to go into the menu and flip it around. So nav, lock. Okay. That's comms still. We get to. To go down here. No, I thought it was in there. How do I get to comms again? That's so freaking annoying. I mean, nav. I can't remember how you get to nav again. It's none of these. I honestly thought it was. I thought it was in there. Ah, here we go. Push that for nav. I don't know how you push it. Man, how do you push it for nav? Oh, yo, Joe is having great difficulty. So that just turns it whenever I click the bloody thing. Oh. I mean, I've got nav 2, but I don't want to do nav 2. As I say, there is a click spot, and I should really. Oh. It's not right click, because that doesn't do that. Damn it. I know I should have googled this beforehand. Hopefully we won't have to do an ILS. I'm going to have to find that out. I'll tell you what, that'll give me something to do. So let's go find that out. How long we got? 30? So we've got to get down to about, say, 2,000 feet. So that's 4,000, 12. So we need 12,000, 12 nautical miles before we head out. We're a little bit further to the right than we want to be. So we'll head out. Right, I'm just going to leave that on there for 2 seconds. I'm gonna Google this because it's really bothering me. Google wants me to agree to something. Oh, this is it. So if I go to main display capture, so apparently someone's asked this, right? And it's middle mouse button apparently. But when I do middle mouse button, I could have sworn I just did middle mouse button and it never come up. I set this the other day though. That's what's irritating me because I did this the other day. I'm gonna have to give it a rest and alright, let's get back onto the main scene. Middle mouse or click. So there's a little button there. You little git. Look at that. There's nothing there, but we did it. And what's the middle mouse? There's the middle mouse. Ah. Oh. Well, damn it. Now I can't type. Now I can't type. 90. There we go. Enter. Swap. Done. Jeez. That was hard work. Right. Oh. Man. Hey up, Rob. Hope you're well, mate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the lights now. We don't need the lights on. We've had the lights on. Now I'm wondering. I'm sure I meant to have my cowl flaps shut. Now I'm going to have a little bit of a cheaty here because I want to have a look at the climb. We've done, that's fine. Cruise, yeah, closed. Closed. Cowl flaps closed. Power set, RPM set, yeah, mixture set. I haven't leaned to the mixture actually, so maybe we can move the mixture a little bit. Let the RPMs go a bit dodge. There we go, that should be good. EGT's rising, so yeah. We've got the navs tuned in now, so that's good. Side tank. Right, so we are going to swap the tank over now actually, because just make sure we don't lose fuel flow, which we haven't. So is there anything unusual there that I need to do? Well, cowl flaps are closed on approach and landing. Full mixture, gear down at 154 knots, which is around about here anyway, I think. Normally do it about there. Gump, yeah. Flaps down, 123, which is the white arc anyway, so you'd have to worry about that. It's more the gears. The gears are just above the white arc normally, but you have to double check that. Okay, that's good. No landing. See, it doesn't give you the actual touchdown speed, and I'm guessing it's around about 80. So yeah, there's nothing special, too special about that. Nothing too special about that. So we're 18 nautical miles out at the minute. Where is this taking me? I thought I tuned it, and I thought that's what that would pick it up on, but maybe when I get closer it'll pick it up. This is that bloody airfield that I couldn't get it was a DME, wasn't it? It's not a VOR, so it doesn't pick that up. But we're 6 nautical miles? No, 16 nautical miles, 6 minutes. So my coke float's almost gone. Now the runway was 320. Actually, what we do need to do is turn that to 320-ish, which is about, I'm so picky, but yeah, it's about there. And that's our runway heading. The only thing I don't like about the Bonanza, and it really is the only thing that I don't like, I love everything else about it. I love the cockpit, I love everything else about it. The only thing I don't like is this. Let's disable the autopilot. Okay. And when I move the rudder to the right, watch the no, I've not got my hands on the yoke, right? See how it like, it's connected to the actual the yoke, the ailerons, but and that's I think it's a stability thing. Well, we've got to start our descent now anyway. So what we'll start doing is throttle down, trim down a touch. And that's actually on the real plane as well. It does that. It's connected. I think it's actually connected by like a bungee cord or something, just random. But when you've got a crosswind and you're trying to go in, yeah, it's. Let's just turn some of this stuff off. There we go. Turn the flight director off. Let me just move this up to like 12,000 feet so it stops beeping at me when I don't want it to beep at me. And we'll start descending. Can't quite see the airport just yet. Now this is the new Orbex Leeds Bradford. It's not the old UK 2000 one, so I don't know if I've flown this on the stream yet. I've definitely loaded it up to have a look. But I don't know if I've loaded it up on stream. Right. We're hoping, let's just trim down a little bit more. Now look at the speed card, right? So landing gear 154, approach flaps 15 is 154, full down is 123. So yeah, it's a bit choppy up here. It's a bit windy. It's taking me to the to the right and a bit bouncy. But, I'm going to go mixture full, just because we're descending. go. This is good. Enjoying it, enjoying it. So yeah, so once we've landed here, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to basically go to Newcastle. Okay, so we're going to go from here. We're going to take off again. I'm going to taxi and get I think I might need to go and get another drink, but no, I won't. I'll just taxi, park up, just to have a look at the airfield, and then we'll have a little taxi around, and then what we'll do is we'll I'm surprised we're not slowing down. It's not slowing down a lot. And then we'll just take off and we'll take it from there. Where's the airfield? I think it could be ahead of us, but we'll just keep. No, actually, it's over that way, I think. There's a bit of haze, and I can't seem to fish it out. I'll tell you what, let's head more towards the airfield, because we're getting down to 3,000, 3,500 feet now. So we're still 7 miles away. So we kind of head straight towards it. We'll capture hopefully the nav will work. Now the one thing I don't like about V5 at the minute, I want some different textures for things, and water, everything else is great. Look at that. I mean, that is just superb, isn't it? But water, look how dog rough that looks. It's not nice. I'm wondering if it's because I've turned my water settings down. Do you think that could be the reason why? Shall we do an experiment? We'll do it in a minute. When we've landed, I'll do it. When we've landed. Right, so I think I can see the airfield now. So we'll just stay at this level at the moment. And we'll head on in this side. It's very choppy up there. I think the airfield is actually, I'm thinking it's over there, but I bet you any money it's not. I bet you it's there. Where are you? Oh, wait there. It's actually there. Right, so we are closer than what we thought. 100%. We're actually on the base leg now. So we've come from the downwind. Now the issue I've got here is we're a little bit too high, and we're not slow enough. So we've gone kind of past it. So that was not good. But what we are doing, we're slowing right down, which is good. I wasn't expecting it to be there, I was expecting it to be more to the right. That's interesting. Alright, let's slow down a touch. Now, we've got enough now to be able to get the old gears down. Proper mixture now full. Flaps are going to go full down. We are very high, but hopefully that will be okay in a minute. Once we start our turning in. Trim touch. Yeah, right, let's check the gears. I always have to move that out of the way. Yeah, they're fine. Now the weird thing is the nav's not, the ILS hasn't kicked in at all, so trying to trim here, but it's not trimming very fast. And I think it's because you have to do a bit of there's a tweak I like to do to the configs, which basically makes the trim a consistent speed, and in the A2A aircrafts they're not. And I always do that. I always tweak it so that it's a consistent speed. Oh, the ILS is there. Look, we're just too high, and we're just about to come to it.
500.
That was weird, some texture load action there, but it's okay. Is something coming through? Is that what that's trying to do? And then as we're getting closer, it's loaded in. Right. Now what I will do, just so you know, there's a bit of flickering going on here, but what I will do is I'm going to go to the right. I want to have a little butchers around there rather than going to the left where GA would probably end up being. Right, in we go. God, it's going a bit too fast then. So yeah, so this is whoa, what's that? Surely, what is that? 1 minute. Let's just park here. Something's not quite right here. Surely that is not right. Lean the mixture slightly. Give me a second. I need to change my camera. Look at that. What is that? Damn you. That wasn't in the screenshots on Orbex, was it? Anyway. But yeah, it is a nice airfield. But it's just, I don't know what that is. I might just reload the scenery at some point. And it might fix itself. I'll just empty the scenery caches as well, but we'll see. Right, so I wanted to change something, didn't I? I wanted to change the graphics of the water. I wanted to see what my water settings was. So world, water detail ultra. Let's do that. Let's see what happens when I do that. Reflections, clouds. Not too fussed about any of that really, apart from the clouds. But yeah, we'll leave that for now. Okay. Does that fix that thing yet? Oh, 1 minute. I just realised I have to do that special thing in OBS just to get you guys back on board. No, it's still there. Ugh, that's gross, man. Right then, so on to the next. Now I know we're on the runway. We're going to stay on the runway because there's no point in looking at that, is there? So remove that. We're going to go to EGM2 this time. Okay. Whoops. Map. Right. I'm going to rise up to 6,000 again. Everything's good. Oh. I must have pressed something because the strobe turned itself off. That's great. And these cowl flaps need to be open when you're on the ground. That would help. I think we're just going to rock and roll. So we'll go straight away. It's nice apart from that. It's a good job that the side piece there like hides that. Look at that. Anyway, right. So mixture full. We're going to rock and roll. Funny enough, we need to do the trim. because the trim's going to kill us. And how do we know when the trim is? Oh, it's in the middle. Is that in the middle? Yeah. So trim is now neutral. There we go. That's important because when we take off, we don't want to be going whoosh. See you later. Right then. Full throttles. See you later, Leeds Bradford. I don't know what the hell that is, but see you later. There's definitely some issues there, isn't there? Other than that, it looks superb, doesn't it? Right then. Lift back, bit of right rudder, tap the brakes just to stop the wheels from spinning. I forgot to do that last time. Gears up. And we'll just trim down a touch. Right, manifold pressure 2.5, RPMs on 2.5. There we go. Trim up to about 110 knots. Pretty much going to head over that way. There we go. Now, the other day I was talking about, I was actually talking about the Constellation. When I was flying the Constellation, I was talking about how I didn't know what the vertical speed, the ideal vertical speed was meant to be, right? And I found that out the other day actually. Right, so now we are going up and away. What we're going to do is I'm just going to set the heading indicator, and we're going to turn that on. If I set altitude, I don't know whether that's going to set. No, it sets it. Is it going to set the altitude? No. It holds the altitude. So what we've got to do is we've got to click this button to up. Oops, not down. Up. Come on. Up. Arm there. Is that going down? Is that up? What the freaking hell is up or down, people? I was doing up. We're going some overspeed at the minute, which is not good, but need to pitch up even more. That'll do. Alright, perfect. Keep the manifold pressure going. We'll get up to 6,000 again, just because we can. That is mad, and it's gone now, look. But where's some water? Let's have a look at some water. There's water. But we need the water that's actually got the sun. Oh, look! Radar station thing. The water's looking better, but then it depends on the light as well. Like if you look at that one over there, that could potentially make a difference. So far so good. Right, let's just, when we left Leeds Bradford, the altimeter was the same, so there's no difference in the altimeter, which is good. I was a little bit worried about not checking that when we ventured out. I'm just going to go up a little bit further because we could go to 110, and that would be a faster climb. Menwith Hill, Phil, the local expert, understands what those are. Can't see them out the window anymore, but let's see if we can go back on. There you go, just underneath the plane there. Menwith Hill. Can't say I go north that often, but yeah. So we've got some really overcasty, kind of weird cloud structures going on up here, but yet the actual weather, it's not. It's broken at 3,200. So there's some weird stuff with True Sky. It really is. Right, and so if I press altitude at 6,000 feet, it will hold. I'm kind of thinking that it might hold because I've pressed arm. Will it stop at 6,000 and just turn on the thing? Let's have a look. Yeah, so let's see what we do. Can't believe I've got 32 hours on this airframe. I mean, I'm happy with it because well, it's good, isn't it? So. Pretty cool. Right, let's see what happens with the 6. Yeah, so it's definitely going down now, and you should see altitude click on here at some point when we hit 6,000. There we go. So that is going to pick up the 6,000, which is good. There we go. We've got a 20-minute flight now. What we do need to do is reduce the RPMs down to 2.3. Manifold pressure needs increasing slightly, so it's 2250, 22.5, sorry, ish, and that's it. We're moving. We can lean, and we can also shut the cowl flaps. The cylinder head temperature's fine. Let's lean the mixture because we're cruising now. Right, the RPMs have gone rough, so we'll just click it in at a couple of notches. There we go. Kind of still see the ground a little bit, but it's pretty groovy. Well, let's press. Let's do some chase plane stuff. Just while we're in the cruise, might as well give it a go. Chase plane, cinematics. Now, some of these. Let's have a look at the cinematics. Right, so none of them has been set. I've set the zoom to be a bit more zoomed, but let's turn the camera motion down to about half. I think that'd be a good. Whoa! What's the auto enable? No, that's auto enable. We don't want to do that. So you mute the sound. That's meant to mute the sounds, but it hasn't. Maybe I'll go out of it and back into it. Uh-oh. Going out the clouds there. Oh, I got some stuff going around the plane there. I've had to you mute it because it gets really annoying. So and you're like, oh man, give it a rest. I just thought I'd have a play with it, see what happens. Oh, that's a good shot. I like that shot. Good shot, that is. And that. See these gentler shots I like, but the flyby shots I'm not too keen on. Maybe it's kind of getting used to. I've kind of got the zoom, but probably a little bit too much. See, I don't like them ones. It's a shame you can't turn that off. You can turn loads of others off, but you just can't. So let's just click next angle. If you have them flyby ones, we'll just keep clicking next angle until it goes away. Right, no zoom this time. Holy moly! Right. Next angle. That's a cracking shot, isn't it? Right, let's unmute this and let's go back on board. Just do the old checks. So just on little nav map, kind of venturing away because we're actually on what do you call it, hold, heading hold. So kind of venturing away. If we look at the heading blue line, we're kind of going that way. So what we can do is we can just turn in a little bit, and we'll get back on that course. Let's do some checks then. So fuel. They're looking okay. What tank are we on? We're on the left-hand tank, so actually we could probably go down to about half on this one. And the reason why is because I'm sat on this side of the plane, and so if you've got more fuel in the right-hand side, it'll stop the plane from pitching to the left because of the additional weight. So the head temperature, that's all in the green. That's good old temperature. Once again, in the green. Yeah, amps, I've always liked that feature. If you look at that, now that is when the strobe lights are ticking, right? So your strobe lights are the ones that are outside, right, just there. And when they tick, it uses amps. Oil pressure in the green, we are good. Right, so other thing we want to look at is if we go down to 114.25, we can have a look at that. I think it was 2.5, and then we got to the old look at that. I bet you any money I forget that. Next time I'm in the Connie, I'll forget that. Right, so we've now got that on there, so the distance on there, which funny enough matches the distance on there, which is good because we want that to be the same. That's predicting about 14 minutes, so that's quite accurate. You know, we're not too bad.